Hi, Dr. Andrea Maxim, naturopathic doctor here and the creator of the Maxim movement. And I'm going to talk to you today about why it is so important to be having a poop every single day and what your poop says about you. So I know we're going to get right down to the nitty-gritty, and some people are kind of uncomfortable about this topic, but too bad. It should be happening, and honestly, your bowel movements are the best way to know how well your body is digesting foods, how well your body is detoxifying, potentially why you're not able to lose weight, because sometimes you're just walking around filled with crap. And I've seen it where after a really good cleanse or a good detox, people just lose a ton of weight because they're finally letting their bowels go and they're finally eliminating all that stuff that they've been eating that's just been sitting around in their colon. So in a previous video, I talked about the basic overview of detoxification, why it's so important, and how cleanses can sometimes help speed that up. But I really wanted to focus specifically on the end game here, and that's getting the toxins out of your body, and the main elimination source we're talking about here is through your bowel movements. So the other three would be your urination, so through the kidneys, that's where a lot of heavy metals will go, or breath or sweat on a much lower level, which is why exercise is so important. But if we're not having a bowel movement on a regular basis, or if your bowel movements aren't the right consistency, color, and shape that we'd like them to be, then you are having issues with problems with the bowels, and we need to discover why that is. So when we're talking about detoxification, just very quickly, whatever we're being exposed to, either on our skin, in our food, in the air, you name it, all has to go through the liver. Every single medication, supplement, anything you can think of, all passes through the liver. And one of the main ways that we get rid of a lot of our fat-soluble or insoluble toxins is through our bowel movements. So people will tell me, oh yes, I have a bowel movement every single day, it's no problem, I don't have any pain, but it looks like, rabbit pellets, or it's very, very hard, or sometimes when I wipe there's a little bit of blood, and it's usually red, which means it's an external bleed, like from a hemorrhoid or an anal fissure. Well, this is telling me right away that either you're incredibly dehydrated, or your bowels are inflamed, or your body is craving all that extra water. Because what does the large intestine do? The large intestine its only job is to make poop, and its other job is to regulate water. So if your body is really well hydrated, if there's not a lot of inflammation, if you're not suffering from any sort of chronic illness and everything is good, then your bowel movements should look ideal, and that ideal shape should be like toothpaste. Nice, medium to darker brown, all one piece. It looks just like what toothpaste looks like coming out of a toothpaste tube. But if your body is dehydrated, if there's a lot of toxicity, if there's a lot of inflammation, if there's a lot of stress, if there's things that the body needs to prioritize more than making a nice healthy poop, it's going to dehydrate the stool, which will cause that sort of hard, pellety, not so good bowel movement. And this is the type of stuff that we need to really control as much as we can. So number one, easiest thing for you to start doing for this, which helps with the entire detoxification process and weight loss and keeping your organs nice and cushioned and having beautiful skin, is water. Water is probably super, super key here. So definitely be making sure you're drinking anywhere from 1.5 to 2 liters of water. And that water doesn't have to be pure water. It can be in your tea, it can be in your smoothie, it can be in soups that you make, you name it. But get your water in. The other side of the spectrum is having very loose stool, even sometimes urgent. And I know that there's people out there that are suffering from constipation and diarrhea alternating all day long. When we're having diarrhea, or if the stool is very slimy and mucousy and you have to wipe a number of times just to get things clean, that's typically a really good sign that you're eating something that you shouldn't be. Typically we'll see that with dairy, for instance. Dairy is a very mucus forming food, so it tends to create a more mucousy, broken down stool. Or I've definitely seen that with gluten or eggs or any sort of food sensitivity, you name it. But the other thing that this could be from is from an overgrowth of some sort. So parasites or yeast can definitely change the look and texture of your stool, making it more mucousy and slimy and break apart. So these are all big pieces of the puzzle that you need to really think about when it comes to what your poop is saying about you. If you have any questions or comments about this video, please don't hesitate to contact me on my website, www.themaximmovement.com, or definitely post your comments below. And I really hope you liked this video and the other ones that I have on my channel, so you should subscribe. And all you have to do is click that little button that says subscribe, and then every time I post a video, you're going to get it. But of all else, other than having proper bowel movements and detoxifying properly, I hope you have a happy and healthy day.